Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into a question that might spark your imagination. Could lions actually survive in England? It's a fascinating thought experiment, and one that touches on a lot of interesting ecological principles. When we think about lions, we picture vast African savannas, warm climates, and open grasslands. England, on the other hand, conjures images of rolling green hills, temperate forests, and, of course, a much cooler, wetter climate. So, on the surface, it seems like a pretty unlikely match. Let's break down what lions need to thrive. They are apex predators, meaning they sit at the top of the food chain. This requires a substantial prey base. In their natural habitat, this includes large herbivores like wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo. England, while home to deer and other smaller mammals, doesn't naturally support the kind of dense populations of large ungulates that lions rely on for consistent sustenance. Introducing lions would fundamentally disrupt the existing ecosystem, and without a readily available, abundant food source, their survival would be incredibly challenging. Then there's the climate. Lions are adapted to warmer temperatures. While they can tolerate some variation, prolonged periods of cold, damp weather, especially during winter, would be a significant hurdle. Their thick manes offer some protection, but they aren't built for prolonged exposure to freezing conditions or heavy snow. Their hunting strategies, which often involve open plains and heat, would also be less effective in the dense woodlands and often overcast skies of England. Furthermore, lions are social animals, living in prides. This social structure is crucial for hunting, raising cubs, and defending territory. Establishing a viable, breeding population in a new environment would require not just a few individuals, but a carefully balanced group with enough genetic diversity to avoid inbreeding and ensure long-term health. Now, it's important to distinguish between survive and thrive. Could a few lions, perhaps in a highly controlled, managed environment like a zoo or a very specialized wildlife park, exist in England? Yes, with significant human intervention, food provision, and climate control, it's technically possible. But could they establish a wild, self-sustaining population that roams freely and thrives as they do in their native lands? Based on current ecological understanding and the natural conditions of England, the answer is a resounding no. The introduction of any non-native species, especially a large predator like a lion, carries immense risks. It could have devastating consequences for native wildlife, potentially leading to extinctions and an irreversible imbalance in the ecosystem. Responsible conservation efforts focus on protecting existing habitats and species where they naturally belong, rather than attempting to transplant them into environments where they are not suited. So, while the idea of lions roaming the English countryside might be a captivating image for a story or a film, in reality, it's not a viable scenario for their survival or the health of the English environment. It's a great reminder of how perfectly adapted animals are to their specific homes and the delicate balance of nature. Thank you so much for joining me for this exploration. I hope you found it as interesting as I did. If you enjoyed this, please consider following or subscribing for more engaging discussions. We'll see you next time.